Today we are in Poland and visiting Hitler bunker. During World War II, Adolf Hitler and his entourage moved between headquarters located throughout occupied Europe. Hitler had at least 14 headquarters, military command centers with living quarters at his disposal. The most well-known headquarters was Führerbunker in Berlin, where Hitler committed suicide in 1945. He ended his life in Berlin, but Hitler spent little time in the capital during the war. Second World War lasted for 6 years, and Hitler spent about a third of that time in Wolszance, a base in northeastern Poland. Wolszance is German for wolf slayer, and it was here that Klaus von Stauffenberg tried to assassinate Hitler with a bomb in July 1944. The assassination attempt was the culmination of conspiracy master plan to overthrow the Nazi regime. Hitler survived with minor injuries and continued his reign of terror for another 9 months. The retreating Germans destroyed and abandoned the base before Soviet forces arrived at Wolszance in January 1945. Fascinated by time, the bunker ruins are still hiding in forests today. The historical Wolszance site sees over 300,000 visitors each year. In June 1941, Hitler opened up the Eastern Front by putting Operation Barbarossa in motion. The goal was to conquer and occupy the Western Soviet Union and repopulate the territory with Germans. To oversee the campaign, the German High Command needed a military headquarters on the Eastern Front. Organization taught the civil and military engineering organization in Nazi Germany built the headquarters in the forest outside the town of Rastenburg in East Prussia. Rastenburg is now the present-day town of Kędzin in the Mazurian Lake district of northeastern Poland. Construction completed on June 21, 1941, and Hitler arrived at the base 2 days later. Over a period of 3.5 years, Hitler spent around 800 days at Wolszance, more than anywhere else during the war. He left Wolfslayer in November 1944, a couple of months before the Red Army seized control of the base. Wolszance is an interesting historical location, and even if you are not a war history buff, it's worth visiting if you are in the Lake District. Wolszance was the largest of Führer headquarters with around 80 buildings and 2,000 people stationed at the base in 1944. The grounds consisted of 3 concentric security zones, and Zone 1 contained the bunkers of Hitler at his inner circle. It was a top-secret project to establish Wolszance. Officially, it was a new chemical plant, Chemische Werke Askania, which was under construction. The area of the wall compound was 8 square kilometers, including large forest parts. Barbed wire and minefields protected the 2.5 kilometers headquarters area. After the war, it took 10 years to clear the area of somewhere around 54,000 landmines. Wolszance was like a small town, served by airfields and a railway station. The base had power station, a water supply network, and a heating system. For recreation, there was a tea house and a cinema. There were 2 casino buildings, but Wolfslayer was not the Las Vegas of East Prussia. The German word casino means mess, an area where military personnel eat and socialize. The dense forest protected the headquarters from being discovered by Allied spy planes. To hide the buildings, they used bushes, grass, artificial trees, and camouflage nets changed 4 times a year. Aircraft photographed the base to ensure it had a sufficient camouflage. A mix of seagrass, cement, and green painted covered the facades of buildings to make them blend with the surroundings.